I've always thought the character of Papagena was the Betty Boop of opera. She's sassy, she's fun, she's flirty, she's cute. That again, major collaboration with Dawn. One of the key things is since we have worked together now for a few years, she'll come up with something and then she'll kind of go, here's the gist. I do have a little leeway to maybe make an adjustment. And again, once you actually do it on a face from a drawing, there's obviously going to be some differences. But the key thing that I think for the bird were the eyebrows with the little wing type effect. And that, oh my God, Don had drawn these incredibly wonderful, big, kind of overly emphasized eyes around the eye area. I kind of took the eyebrow and did a little different with it and some of the colors, again, creating that kind of feathery feel in that little mouth, keeping that little bird kind of mouth going. So keeping that, what Dawn did with the hair, oh my God, brilliant, coloration and the eyebrows. Same thing with Papageno. They coordinated, but we definitely had male versus female. And the strength, of course, these were both gorgeous people internally and externally. So again, it wasn't that hard to make them look good. I think probably one of my favorite with Morris Robinson, Commendatore. Okay, and I hope I'm saying that. My Italian isn't that good, right? Oh my God. And that one was definitely some challenges. Do tend to do, because of my film background and stuff, I do tend to get some of the odder characters. But with that comes its own challenges. The key thing here, when you're doing character makeup especially, the number one thing is that these people have to sing. So no matter what I do, no matter what Dawn designs, no matter what any designer for an opera is going to create, the number one thing is they have to be able to open their mouth and sing. So one of the key things, this was something that people were like, oh my God, I would have never thought to do that. See, I would have never thought not to do it. When Dawn said we need to create this beard, we want it to look like a copper sculpture. The first thing I did was go to YouTube and watch Morris sing. Morris is more of an oh singer than an He tends to go up and down more than out. So because I was going to create this beard, I wanted to see where he would stretch and design the beard according to how he actually utilized the muscles in his face. How many times do they have to change? Does it have to come off? Does it have to go on? There are periods of time where they're in the same costume or wig, but they've got enough time. We actually take that wig off, give them a rest period, give them a cooling down period, put that wig on. Or am I changing that in 1.5 minutes with putting on a beard and mustache, changing a wig, and having them change costume backstage? That would totally change the design from the get-go. So all of those details are what you guys and myself as designers are faced with before. And now do you see why I'm saying that so much of what I do doesn't even deal with makeup? It's all of the logistics. Just to give you an example, the cool thing about opera is you usually have 2 to 3 rehearsals. Now, the one thing, and thank you again, I can't say enough about Dawn Rivard, is that Dawn's motto is the first rehearsal is where you want everything to go wrong. You want everything that you're going to have to deal with to go wrong, because then you've got 2 more times to fix it. And most of the performers understand this as well, okay? And just to give you an example, so Morris is on for this rehearsal. He comes back. We're starting to put stuff on, and all of a sudden he goes, oh my gosh, is he doing this double time? Well, something was going on, so they were kind of speeding up the time. And all of a sudden, I don't have 20 minutes. I've got like 10. We are slapping that beard on him, getting him into his costume. He gets out there. I run out in front of the stage, our very first rehearsal, my first time to ever work with Morris. He makes his appearance. Unbelievable. I mean, it is like breathtaking. He takes a step and one part of his beard falls off. He grabs it. He takes another 2 steps. Another part of the beard falls off. He takes a couple of steps, picks it up. Part of the mustache falls off. As he's singing and he gets to the table, finally he quit picking up the pieces. And so from that, number one, we kind of learned timing. Number 2, we definitely changed adhesives, but that's the kind of stuff that happens. So thank God for the rehearsals, in opera. It doesn't always go perfect.
It very rarely goes perfect the first time.
Right. A simple thing like dirt, there's quite an art to making dirt look right on stage. You put too much on and they just look like they're darker all over. You put too little on. You've got to have that contrast. It is really an art form of, once you start applying blood or dirt or wounds, that you have enough light versus dark contrast to see the difference. Same thing on the clothing. And so once we get that down in rehearsal, okay, you know exactly where that dirt, those spots of dirt, are gonna be placed to give you the contrast to be seen. I was so let's say proud again, because the performer was so patient and allowed me to pretty much do anything, was the teeth, that we grimied up and dirtied his teeth. That the characters, as you're painting them, the actors and the performers almost start taking the characteristics that you're painting. Once we've done that character and they sit in the chair, have you ever watched that their face almost transforms even before you start doing the makeup?